Hello, my name is Fran Stewart, and I'm the director of the Junior School at Montgomery Bell Academy. And I want to take a few moments now to go over some things that I hope you will find helpful as we prepare to navigate the time between now and August to get your son ready for the junior school. First of all, I want to say thank you for choosing MBA, and I want to say welcome. And at any time during these next weeks and months that you need help or assistance or have questions, please know that I am here and you may contact me anytime. So we're going to start at the beginning with something a little simple, and it's the calendar. The calendar at MBA is not simple. It's always full, and that's the place that I would suggest that you start. Get used to the calendar, get used to where it is on the website, pay attention to the calendar, look at the calendar in relation to your family calendar so you can go ahead and identify possible conflicts so that we can help you there. And it changes. There's a lot of activities on there, and we communicate and we re-communicate, but there's just a lot of activities there and dates and events, and so I encourage you to start there with the calendar. The second thing is the website. Our website is Information Central. In fact, we have set up a site now under admissions for new parent information or new student information, and we're going to repost all the information there as well as the forms that you may need. So this will be a place for you to initially go back to time and time again to refer to information as we get started. The last part is attendance, and it seems a little odd to talk about attendance on the first day, but on our first meeting, but attendance at MBA we found is a little bit different maybe than some of our feeder schools or incoming schools. So just think about attendance in this way. MBA does not have optional days. We have, excused or unexcused days. And as you get the information for starting school, please pay attention to the times when we cannot allow excused absences. And if you had needs, certainly like weddings and those kinds of things, we always try to work with you. But I just wanted to call that to your attention because I know that it is different from many of our elementary programs. Now I want to kind of go into the meat of getting ready for school. And of course, starting with the classes, and this is something that you're familiar with. This is the class structure. We have 8 blocks each day. There are 5 core blocks of classes. There's a lunch block, there's a study hall block, and then there's a block for visual and performing arts. So I wanted to focus today on how you enroll in classes in visual and performing arts, as well as how placement is done in our math and science classes. Enrollment in visual and performing arts is going to be done by email. And this email will come from Ms. Hindle, so watch for this. Ms. Hindle will also provide a video presentation too, so if you will look for that. Again, these are things that you can refer back to. And while we're talking about emails, I would, I guess the first order of advice, or maybe the most important, is that as you start getting all these emails, please read them promptly and respond, because that's going to be our lifeline for communicating with you. So visual and performing arts, you will get an email. Some of these classes are audition classes, and as the auditions are scheduled and set up, we will form those classes accordingly. The second big question is on placement in honors, math, and science. This sounds more important than it really is in terms of honors. It really is readiness. We want to structure the classes in math and science that meet the specific needs of your son based on where they need to begin. In science, this is done through a review of data. This is IC scores and other test scores that we have, and students will be invited to these honors classes. In math, we need a much more tangible tool, we think, so we have our own placement test. This allows us to see the boys in a more 360-degree evaluation. How do they solve problems? How do they approach problems? What are their basic skills? And so we will give this test at MBA on June 14th, 17th, and 20th. So you can pick one of those dates. The test is about an hour long. And you do not have to take this test. If you do not want your son or want to be considered, then they will automatically go into pre-algebra. But if you do, these are the dates, and you will get an email on June 1st that will tell you how to schedule your time and what the requirements are. Again, if you have questions about the placement of whether your son should take the test or what your thinking is, I'm happy to receive your emails and we can discuss that. The next is kind of hopeful, looking for the summer. The website, again, it will be updated with all the summer offerings that is being built now. We do plan to have some summer classes on campus, so check that out. There are several Jumpstart classes that are planned, and these are kind of preview classes. So I invite you to go there. Summer reading requirements will be listed there as well, but also I think Mr. Farrell has already sent those to you, and that's great. It's a good time to have time to read, and I hope that you will schedule some time this summer to do that. Our all-school read is Frankenstein, and we're really excited about that. Normally, the all-school read kind of takes a back seat because it's just a heavy, a lot of time between the end of school and summer. I think we're going to have plenty of time this year to really dive into Frankenstein and enjoy the work there. So Frankenstein, everybody, 7th through 12th grade will read that. And we're going to do some traveling. On August 10th, I'm going to take the 7th graders, the class of 2026, and we're going to spend a long day. We call it Dancing with the Stars on the Mountains. And we're going to go to Minville. It's our other campus. It's about 2 hours from Nashville. And we're going to play in the ropes and visit the observatory, and we will canoe race and hopefully watch the stars at night. So put that on your calendar. After we get started and get settled in, we're going to go to the mountains in Mintown, Alabama, to Camp Blaney for 3 days of team building. And we always say that no matter who we are going up that mountain, when we come back down, we're the class of 2026. We don't want to leave the 8th graders out because we do celebrate with the 8th graders in April. And we are looking forward to returning to Atlanta for 2 or 3 days of nothing but fun. We have baseball and roller coasters and paintball and go-karting. And so we're looking forward to that in April for our 8th graders. The junior school athlete and our wellness program is something that you'll want to know about. We do require our students to participate in a sport. Mr. Mark Tips, our athletic director, has prepared a video that will be made available to you that will explain this. So I encourage you to watch that carefully. And again, if you have questions, Mr. Tips or myself or Mr. Simpson will answer those questions. Speaking of Mr. Simpson and our junior school staff, I am the director. Jennifer Hindle is the junior school office administrator, and she is the face you're going to see a lot. She will sit in the front office, and she knows all the information. So whether it's sports or schedules or whatever, Ms. Hindle will have that information for you. I wanted to call our attention to just a summary of some tasks and dates so that you can kind of organize your thoughts as we move toward August. Watch for your emails. Respond to them, read them, ask questions if you need to, but don't just let them sit. So you're going to get emails regarding enrollment in visual and performing arts classes, sports signups, placement testing, and what information we need regarding physicals and immunizations. Some dates that are coming up: we hope to have a Big Brother, Little Brother gathering in July. On August 10th, like I said, we're going to go to Long Mountain. August 14th is our registration date for both 7th and 8th grade, and that's a Friday. That's a change from previous years. So you will join us on, the boys will join us on that Friday in coat and tie as we get them ready for classes on Monday, August 17th. And that's our launch date. So we're all looking forward really to being finally together on August 17th. Our website is our command central. Like I mentioned earlier, go to admissions on the website, and under that, there's a new section called New Student Information. All of our forms are going to be there, and all of the information that, like this and others that you need, it's going to be posted there as well. And so that's a place to visit and revisit if you feel like you're getting lost. I really mean it when I say that I want you to be connected. I want you to feel comfortable. Parents are an important part of MBA. As you move through this process, if you have any questions, feel free to email me or call me. We can set up calls, video conferences, whatever you need. Our goal is that when it comes to August 17th, we'll all be ready to go. You will feel like you are part of our family, and you will begin to know us, and we will be beginning to know you, and we will be ready to start. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mark Tipps. I'm the athletics director here at MBA. I hope you and your family have stayed safe during this difficult time. I wish that we could be together live in our normal meeting with new families, but we're going to have to go this route for a while. I have some information I'd like to share with you about our athletics department. First of all, I think you're all aware that our motto at MBA is Gentleman, Scholar, Athlete. And athlete comes last for a reason. That's intentional. We care a great deal about our sports programs. We care about winning, and we certainly have won our share of championships. But at the end of the day, we recognize that our athletics program is the last part of that Gentleman, Scholar, Athlete motto. And one thing that we're really focused on here is making sure that our boys understand that there is value in everything that you do, whether you're playing a sport, whether you're in a theater production, in a musical production, or you're on the debate team. And so one of our big focuses is to make sure that the kids understand that they understand everyone brings value to the table, and that they develop a mutual respect for each other as a community. One of the things I love to see here are when our football team members, for example, go to watch the cross-country team run in the state meet, or when members of the baseball team go to watch a theater production or a musical production, and vice versa. And that's one of the neatest things I think about our kids. Now, we do have a very robust athletics program. We offer 17 different sports. I couldn't even name them off the top of my head if I had to, and some of them I think have been invented since I was in high school. But we have a lot to offer your boys. And as junior schoolers, they're going to be busy all 4 seasons. We have 4 sports seasons: fall, 2 winter seasons, and a spring season. And they may not be playing a sport in all of those seasons, but they're going to be doing something. It may be intramurals, it may be participating in a play, it may be working on the debate team or something like that. But they're going to play probably on several sports teams. And I think that's one of the key things for junior school, if I could just talk to you for a moment about that. I think allowing your sons to explore and to participate in different sports teams is critical. Get a lot of boys who come in 7th grade and they believe, and mom and dad, particularly dad, may have told them that they're going to be God's gift to fill in the sport. And a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. And what we see is that the boys who are allowed to try other sports and learn about other sports sometimes end up being really great at those other sports, not the one they thought they were going to be great at when they come in. So I've seen boys come in who were going to be God's gift to basketball, who turned out to be state championship wrestlers, boys who were going to be the greatest baseball player in the world, who turned out to be great cross-country runners. So I would really like to encourage you to let your boys participate in a lot of different sports, let them learn to fail a little bit. That's a good thing. I think the last little bit I want to talk to you about is just a word of caution about travel teams, AAU teams, so-called select teams. I understand their importance. I have a son who graduated from MBA. He went on and played 4 years of baseball in college, and I coached his travel baseball team for 3 or 4 years. And there is certainly a very important role that those kinds of teams play. But their role has tended to expand in recent years, and I think there's a little bit of a danger there in funneling kids too early into one sport. And that's something I'd like to encourage you to be cautious about. There's dangers in 7th and 8th grade boys beginning to think about just playing one sport. They get repetitive stress injuries, they get burned out on that particular sport, and they decide to go do something else because they just can't take it anymore. And I hate to see that kind of thing happen. The other thing it sets up is a little bit of a unreasonable expectation in terms of what's going to happen to them later in life. We have a lot of boys who think if they play on a travel team and they play a particular sport year-round, they're going to end up being major college stars. And the truth is about 1% of our boys ever receive any kind of money to be a scholarship to be a major college athlete. A lot of them go on and play at the Division III level and get themselves into some of the best academic schools in the country. But sometimes the travel and select an AAU route tends to paint a little bit of an unrealistic picture about what may happen to your son down the road. So I would ask you to maintain reasonable expectations, help your son through that, understand that while he's a student at MBA, our sports teams are going to take precedence over a travel team. And we'll work with you and we will cooperate with you in any way we can and give you flexibility, but that's something that we're going to insist on, and I hope you'll understand that. So with that, I'm going to stop and just say that we have an open door policy here. You can come see me anytime. Right now, I guess you'd have to do it virtually. You can pick up the phone and call me or email me. I'll be happy to talk to you about your sons here at MBA, about their athletic journey here at MBA. We do that all the time. It's something I look forward to. I look forward to meeting you and your boys when they get here next fall. And now I'm going to turn it over to our manager of athletics and wellness, Amanda Dreyer. She does a tremendous job, and she's somebody who works closely with our families, can answer lots of questions, and will take care of your boys when they get here. Amanda, how about you take it?
Thanks, Mark. My name is Amanda Dreyer. I'm the manager of athletics and wellness here at MBA. I want to welcome you to the MBA community, and I look forward to meeting you all very soon. Just a few things to keep on your radar as we move through May and the rest of the summer from an athletics standpoint. In May, you'll receive an email from the MBA office account with information about the Magnus Health portal. On this site, you'll be able to upload your son's medical forms, immunization forms, and upload a health questionnaire. This information will all be due on August 1st. In June, I'll send out an email about our PE uniform orders. This is a 2-week flash store that's open. MBA covers the cost of the set, and the clothes will be picked up by your son during registration day. The last email you'll get from me is on August 1st. I'll send an email to your son's MBA email address. This email will contain information about athletic signups. Please note that these signups are not binding, so your son can change his sport at any time. All he needs to do is send me an email or stop by my office. I look forward to meeting you all very soon, and please feel free to reach out to me with questions at any time. Thank you.